where I was held hostage. This is where my property was stolen. Hello, sir. I actually called earlier. My name is Korryn Gaines. I was held here for a couple days, from the 10th to, I want to say like the 12th, and my property is missing. I have some important paperwork that I don't have.
Officer Paul Connell.
Mm-hmm.
He was the arresting officer.
Right.
So I have a message for him.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know how soon?
Officer Paul Connell.
Mm-hmm.
He was the arresting officer.
Right.
So I have a message for him.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know how soon? Because I'm trying to get my paperwork together. I have court dates and things, and that's very important paperwork that I need.
Right, because I looked in all of our property and the property back.
Mm-hmm.
Holding everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm sure it isn't. It was specifically taken out of here. Discharge papers in a court order. And like I said, you know, this is...
Did Dunbar transport you, or did he transport you?
Here?
From here to Catonsville.
Actually, what was his name? Officer Richardson?
Richardson?
Big guy? He actually traded places with it was a... What was his name? I'm sorry?
When you were transported.
I'm sorry?
When you were transported.
It was about 1:30. Yeah, it was about 1:30 in the morning. Yes. Yeah. Don't hold up my fucking process. So, look at him. Hello.
Okay, your discharge papers? Is that
In the court order. I believe you were the one that showed it to me.
the discharge papers? What's your last name?
Gaines.
Okay. That paperwork was in the locker. You say you never got any of that stuff?
No, sir.
Okay. Let me see if I know you're talking about that. You was here when I was here. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Because
Please,
we put it in the property.
Okay.
It gets forwarded to, you know, when you went to the courthouse, you got released on your own recognizance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you released, you had, I don't know what property you had. I can't remember the actual property you had, other than a court document. The officer.
I do have the discharge papers.
You got released on your own recognizance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you released, you had, I don't know what property you had. I can't remember the actual property you had, other than a court document. The officer.
I do have the discharge papers from that night, and that's only because it was given to the officer that transported me to see the commissioner.
Right.
So basically,
you went to the hospital twice.
Yes, sir. The day I came in.
So you went to hospital discharge papers, what you're asking?
Yes, from the first day. I went to the hospital twice, so I should have 2 discharge papers.
So you went to discharge paper for the first time?
For the first time, and I would like the court order that you showed me. That
You have no court order at all? They gave you nothing?
No.
Okay, let me see if I can find it,
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, they court ordered my fingerprints. And he the one who showed me the signature page. And they know I need that. say cheese. Mm-hmm. Just continue to waste my time.
That's another way to obtain this shit, right?
They shouldn't have stole it from me.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely, they can. I can retain it, but so can they. The same way they got it so fast, they can get the judge to call it or fax it over to them. That's how they did it to get it. So I don't even understand why they running around looking for it when they can just call it and get that shit faxed. It's very simple. They shouldn't have stole it. That would be them wasting more of my time if I gotta go to extra.
Okay, Sergeant Koune is a supervisor for Officer O'Connor.
I'm sorry, could you spell his name for me?
Cougnet. He's a supervisor.
Okay.
Okay, that shift is gone for the day. There's another shift that's working now. I'm checking with the supervisor for that shift to look into paperwork to see if he can find it. Waiting for a call back from him to let me know if they have that paperwork that you're looking for.
Okay, how long will that be taking?
I just told he told me he'll call me right back. He's in the process of looking for that. It
Okay,
could be
great.
5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know specifically.
Okay.
But he did tell me he was going to call me back.
Okay, great. I'll be happy to sit here and wait for that call back.
Sure. You want to have a seat?
Sure.
Also that arrested you. Also Connell's schedule, I checked the schedule, also Connell will not come back till Thursday. All they can find is just your arrest page, nothing to do with the paperwork that you mentioned. We normally don't keep copies of lots. Some officers keep copies attached to the paperwork, but he checked what information he had there. He did not see any discharge papers. What I'm going to give you is, well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm going to give you, so you know my name, so we talked the other day. Also, Connell's scheduled to come in on Thursday.
Okay.
You call this number, this is just precinct, but again, he comes in on Thursday, that's also Connell, that's his ID number.
Okay.
This is my name and ID number, the desk officer.
Okay.
That you spoke to.
Is his supervisor on today?
No, but that's it, the shift, right now, the shift is a new shift. Even though I leave at a certain time, supervisors come in like an hour and a half early. So
Okay.
this supervisor is gone.
Okay.
That whole shift.
Is there any supervisor that I can?
Time supervisors come in like an hour and a half early. So
Okay.
this supervisor is gone.
Okay.
That whole shift.
Is there any supervisor that I can speak to?
A supervisor?
Yes.
You don't, but even you don't want to speak to, wait for the super, because they're not going to be able to do
I don't
anything.
want to wait for anything.
Well, you wanna
I have an appointment to seek legal
Oh, sure.
counsel, and this is something that was given to me when I was here. And I was told specifically, I actually watched it. This was the female cop that helped me use the bathroom. She showed me when I came out to give my fingerprints that she was putting my court order along with my belongings.
Correct.
Okay. Now the fact that I don't have that, and that was the last place. You guys were the only ones that were dealing with my paperwork and my belongings.
Did
That
you get
would
your
mean,
belongings back?
no, I didn't. Not all
So,
of them.
No, okay, what property were you missing?
My court order.
Okay, no, besides, let's get that part about it. Did
That
you get
would
your
mean,
belongings back?
no, I didn't. Not all
So,
of them.
No, okay, what property were you missing?
My court order.
Okay, no, besides, let's get that part about it. Physical property. What property were you missing?
Those are the things that were my property that are missing.
I'm talking
The
about-
court order and also the discharge
So the
papers.
documents. So
Absolutely.
clothing, rings, jewelry, you got everything, whatever you had with you. You did receive that. You're talking about the documents. that you're
Exactly.
missing.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, well,
And this is something that you're saying that he comes in Thursday. I have court dates already. Okay, and I need to talk to my lawyer, and these are things that my lawyer has to have. So unless you guys are guaranteeing me that my court dates and everything are gonna stop until I receive those documents, so that I can have the correct amount of time to seek my counsel, then that's fine. If you can guarantee that because my court dates are in April.
The only dealings I have with you personally is me working.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to ask you. Exactly. That's why I'm asking for a supervisor, someone that can address what's going on. If you can't address what's going on, then I need to. No, you're not addressing it. You're telling me that I have to wait, and that's not acceptable.
Okay. What I got to get a supervisor. Okay?
Thank you.
For you to contact the legal division, if you have any shit, because she said, I just talk to the supervisor. They told me to give you the number to legal. You can contact legal. Have your attorney call our legal section, and they can work it out with regarding that. So,
Okay, so why isn't the supervisor here to speak with me?
Well, I'm the middleman. Okay, I don't make the decision.
Okay, but even that answer is unacceptable. We just went through this. Why should I have to take my time out to do that when my stuff was here?
I understand.
Okay, that's still wasting my time. And this is the time that I should be sitting with my lawyer and discussing how we're going to go about this case. You guys are you're basically you're sabotaging my case with doing this.
I have nothing to do with you. When I spoke to you when you was here last time, I was totally honest with you.
I understand you have nothing to do with this. That's why I'm asking you for your superior.
And I did that. If I go to my supervisor and they tell me to tell you something. Last time, I was totally honest with you.
I understand you have nothing to do with this. That's why I'm asking you for your superior.
And I did that. If I go to my supervisor and they tell me to tell you something, that's my boss.
And you can go back. Okay, and I'm your boss. You guys are a public servant, okay? Now I'm requesting, sure, yes. I'm requesting you to get your supervisor here so that I can speak with him directly, okay? Obviously. Okay. Can I hear her say that?
Man, she's not going to.
Because I'm sure that you don't, I'm sure she doesn't want you to say that on this camera. I know she don't want you to speak for her. So if she can come out here and she can deny my request to speak with her, I'm not going to take your word for it.
That's fine. I'm just
okay.
Not going to talk to her. She told me to give you that information, and I'm doing
okay.
what she told me.
Okay, and can you ask her to make sure, I want to get that on camera, that she does not want to speak with me, because I can't take your word for it, because when we go to court, she can easily say that she did not. Because I can't take your word for it, because when we go to court, she can easily say that she did not say that. And you are a credible person. Okay? I'm trying to speak to a absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Well, ma'am, I'll say you have a wonderful day. Theres nothing else. She's not coming out to talk to you. I'm just telling you she's not. So
okay.
That's the number. You have my name.
Okay, so you're saying that you guys don't have the court order and you don't have the discharge papers?
I'm telling you what I've told you earlier. Everything I told you, and I addressed the issue with my supervisor.
Okay.
The supervisor told me to have you.
And I have yet to speak to that supervisor.
And that supervisor told me to reiterate that information.
And who is her supervisor? I would like to speak to her supervisor.
Excuse me?
I would like to speak to her supervisor.
All right.
Whoever's over her head, that's who I need to speak to, because obviously you or her aren't aware of your job title or what you're supposed to be doing right now. Okay, when someone asks or demands to speak to your supervisor,